this week. Let's now take a look at the other stories that are making headlines on our international papers. Trix Ingado, good morning.
Morning, Akisa. So let's take a look at the biggest headlines across the continent and the larger outside world and see what's making headlines. We're having the African News today leading us with an interesting story on health, whereby Africa has had its second successful penis transplant in the country of South Africa. And the interesting thing about that is that this man got the donation, a black man from a white man, so you can imagine. But it is after 17 years of losing it through a traditional circumcision. So that's really interesting information coming to us from Africa, South Africa, being headlined on the African News website. Then next we're having Al Jazeera giving us more information on what's happening on a civilian toll rising in the deadliest month of US-led raids. This is as far as the campaign against ISIS is concerned. So it says the US-led strike killed 35 in Syria just days after Monitor reports a highest monthly civilian death toll in the coalition. So this is interesting to see how civilians are caught up in the crossfire between the army and the rebels on the ground. Then the CNN is telling us more about Jared Kushner, who is now the sole focus of the inquiry into the communication between the Russians and the Trump campaign before Donald Trump took office. So he's being given a spotlight. You know that Jared Kushner is the son-in-law to the head of the free world, Donald Trump, and is the husband to, Ivanka Trump, the daughter to Donald Trump, working at the White House. Last but not least, we have the Daily Monitor telling us about two members of parliament who have lost their seats owing to bribery allegations. These are members of parliament who are supposed to represent people with disabilities, but they were issuing money via phone transactions to voters to, of course, gain their favor and get votes. Then we also have a fallen socialite. He's being referred to as Semwanga. He is a member of the Cash gang or something like that, one of the big names in the Ugandan socialite scene or entertainment scene. He's the ex-husband to Zari, who's the wife to Diamond Platinum. So you can imagine how big they are in terms of people who are interested in this personality. So he died after heart failure in South African hospital. So some sad news on the Daily Monitor today. That wraps up our segment of World Press.
Well, Trix, thank you definitely for coming in. Trix Ingado here will be always here to just give us updates on what's making headlines on the international papers. And we wrap it up on that note. Many thanks for joining us here on Worldview. I see you at 1 p.m.